watch me shine. I'm unstoppable, feel it in my soul. Good vibes only, I'm in control. Turn the music up, let the rhythm roll. I move my body, I'm alive, I glow. Unstoppable, dancing through the fire. Every step higher, taking me higher. Smile so big, can't hold it in. Good vibes, good life, let's begin. Every scar made me wiser. Every tear lit the fire. I don't fear what's ahead.
And I am live, everybody. This is Araneth, and I am the face behind this personal page, business page, and YouTube page, everyone. Hello, how are you guys doing? Oh my goodness, it's happy Thursday, guys. Happy Thursday. I am here again to talk about this amazing 30-day go live challenge, guys. This is my 30-day go live challenge and super grateful to be here. And it is my day 27. Yes, it is my day 27. And the topic tonight is who this is not for, right? Who this is not for. Amazing. And I love this topic because this is literally the one that I will be discussing tonight. Who this is not for, right? So again, for those of you who doesn't know me, my name is Arnett and I am the face behind this pages, and I am located here in San Francisco, California. I am a mother of two beautiful kids, and yes, I have been running a successful digital business for 6 years right now. And tonight's topic is quite exciting. This topic is not for everyone because I will be talking about who this business is not for, right? And I'll be talking about the repel and attract at the same time. All right. So this is not for everyone. And the longer I've been in the business, the more comfortable become saying that, right? Because I'm not really looking for everyone. I'm looking for the right people. So again, welcome to my day 27 of my 30-day go live challenge. And tonight I want to do something a little different. Instead of telling you who this business is for, I'm going to tell you exactly who it is not for. All right, so don't be surprised if I'm telling the truth, because there's so many people who really wanted to start a business, but they are not really ready for it. Because when you're clear about who you are willing to work with, you naturally become clearer about who you want to attract. This business is not for someone looking for a magic button. Okay, if you're looking for something where you sign up today, do nothing tomorrow, and somehow money magically appears, right? This isn't for you. Okay, yes, we have a system. Yes, we have an automation. Yes, we have a training. Yes, we have mentorship and community, but you are still, the business owner. The system can support you. The system can support you. The training can teach you. Your mentors can guide you, but nobody can do your part for you. And I actually love that because it means your growth is something you can influence. So again, this is not for someone who isn't willing to learn. You don't have to know everything before you start, guys. I certainly didn't. You don't need to be an expert in marketing. You don't need thousands of followers. You don't have to be amazing, right, with technology, but you do have to be teachable. There's a big difference between I don't know I don't know how, and I'm not willing to learn how, right? We can work with I don't know how. That's what training and mentorship are for. But if you've already decided that you want to learn something new, then entrepreneurship is probably not the right path for you. Okay? So this is not for someone who needs everything to be perfect. This one is huge. If you need your first video to be perfect, your first post to be perfect, right? Your website to be perfect, your message to be perfect, and your timing to be perfect, you're going to spend a lot of time waiting. Business taught me clarity often comes through action. That's why sometimes you have to post it, you have to learn, you have to adjust, you have you try again. If you didn't if it didn't give you if the ad didn't give you traction, you have to do it over again until you get that right. And that's entrepreneurship. And this business that I am doing right now is not for someone who quits after few no's, right? You're going to hear no. You're going to have people ignore your message. You're going to have posts that don't perform the way you hope for. You're going to have moments where you question yourself either. And that's part of building something. The question isn't, will I experience rejection? Right? Will I experience rejection? The better question is, who am I becoming when I experience it? Because if one said no can stop your dream always going to be controlled by someone else's opinion. That's why never ever allow that, because if you let someone's opinion in control of you, or you let the outside world or outside noise in control of your thinking, feeling, and your action, that's not the way how entrepreneurship is. You have to make a decision for your own good, and you have to do this based on what you want and based on the purpose that you want to be, right? This is not for someone who refuses to take responsibility. This is one of the biggest mindset shift for me as an entrepreneur. I can't blame the algorithm every time something doesn't work. Okay? I can't blame my audience. I can't even blame my mentor. I can't blame the what's happening in our economy. I have to ask different question. What can I improve? Can I improve my message, my consistency, my skills, my follow up, my mindset, and my strategy, right? That's empowerment, actually. So when you take responsibility, you also take back your ability to change the result as well, right? So again, this business is not for someone who only wants money or who only wants the money. Listen carefully about this, guys. Of course, income matters. We're building businesses, right? But if money is the only reason you're doing this, difficult seasons can shake you very quickly. You need a deeper why, and that's the reason why I wrote a book, right? It's on ebooks. If you're interested to buy my ebook, I can drop the link over here, because that's where I learn how to train my mind to open multiple sources of income. It's not only the business that I am doing at the moment. I have other businesses too, and I have a ebook store, which if that interests you to get that, it's actually on sale at the moment, right? And then you can get that, because that's where I applied all the trainings that I've learned from my mentors and from the book that I explicitly study and implement that in my life, and that's really worked for me. I don't know if it works for you, right? It's something that's very, very affordable. So if you want to get the book, you can read, or you can read that, implement that in your life, because you never know. For me, my belief before didn't work. the belief that I have in the past didn't work for me, and I tend to keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different result. But no, I become stuck, stagnant. So when I borrowed the belief of my mentors, which I implemented in my life, and that uh, where things shift. And for me, in order for me not to forget about the routines and then the thoughts, right, that I have been implementing in the past, I have to put it on my ebook. And that's where my ebook comes came in, right? So I think I, I'll be wrapping the link over here so you can check it out. But again, that's the belief that I borrowed from my mentors in the past, and I was able to put it in the ebook, so I will never forget it. So I can always keep it, and I have that copy as well. Hi, baby. Yeah. So yeah. So again, you need a deeper why. Maybe you want more choices in your life. Maybe you want another income stream, which absolutely I think I have six income stream at the moment, because Bob Proctor, oh my God, he's the best mentor. Bob loves multiple sources of income. And I think I heard he has more than 100 multiple sources income. And for me, I only have six, right? That's the reason why you have to borrow someone else's belief that really working for him. If I did not borrow his belief, I would not be in the position right now, right? So yeah, so grab my book if you want. Yeah. So yeah, and maybe you want to build something that belongs to you. And that's basically what I did. I created my ebook. I only like really announcing it because I've been working quietly behind the scene just to make it sure that I did it right. I followed all the protocols of the digital world, right? Stuff like that. And this is not an affiliate marketing. It's really the ebook that really comes from the heart, and it comes from the experience. And I just put that in the ebook. Yeah. It's only 55 pages, very, very short, because I really don't want you guys to be spending so much time reading. That book is all about reading and implementing at the same time. Bob Proctor is a big fan of implementation. He read the book Think and Grow Rich for more than 60 years, the same book over and over and over again, right? I read Think and Grow Rich. I read some of the books of Neville Goddard, but you know what's really crazy is I read one pages, you know, one pages for a month, for 2 months, because I really wanna deep dive and use my experience also to really understand what this book is telling me, what the author is telling me, and I want to make it sure that it works for me before I even go to the next page. And I also dissect it. So I actually have the book over here, which I've been reading for like probably 3 years, and it's the same pages for 3 years. Right? It's really crazy to think about it, but that's the only one that really works for me for that book. So it's every time I kind of feel low, I always go to that paragraph and reread it over and over again. So you will always find your spot, right? That your juice, where uh, one book can literally change you, that you don't want to read another book as well. You know what I mean? So yeah, so you can find your sweet spot, and then once you find that, and you will never change the page. And again, I train my mind to think differently, and I borrow that from the people that I look up to, and I borrowed the belief of other people who are already successful in the business or in their own niche, and they share their belief system, their behaviors that I can follow as well. Because again, my behavior and my thinking before is totally different than the way I am thinking now. Yeah. So yeah. So maybe you want to become a stronger version of yourself, right? Maybe you want to serve other people, right? For me, business became much bigger than money. It became my personal development, because this is where I build my relationship with leadership, my relationship when it comes to service. And I build my confidence because I show up every single day in my business. What I never thought I am consistently doing it every single day. Believe it or not, guys, I post 3 times or more every single day, and I've been doing this for 6 years. So six times is three. I mean, how many how many days in 6 years, right? Like tons and tons and tons of contents. And I do that both personal page and business page, right? So many content in that 6 years as well. And that's basically where I build my confidence. That's basically where I gain so much experience and I've grown so much. And this is where also I build a really good relationship with those people that I don't know, that I met virtually, and now some of them I met them in offline personally as well. And this is where also I build a really good mentorship too. I would never expect that I will be a mentor and a coach in the business as well, but of course, so God always find a way for you to mentor someone else because He truly believe for what I am doing, because I know I am serving people through Him, right? I know He is using me. God is using me as an instrument to serve people in a different way. Maybe it's through my story, through my book, through my business, and maybe this also live that I am sharing it with you guys, just to give you some wisdom that you can implement in your life as well. Because anything that I am sharing with you guys tonight is all came from the learnings that I've been learning for the past few years, right? And yeah, so who now, I shared earlier about the people who, the people uh who who this business is not for them, right? And now I'll be talking about, so who is this for, right? So now I probably replied a few people already, which is good, because let me tell you guys who I love working with in the business. This is for the person who says, I don't know everything yet, but I'm willing to learn. So if you are that one, if you are that person, then you are the kind of person that I want to work with. It's for the hardworking parent, mom, or dads, right? Building around her children or their children. This business is for the career person who has built a successful profession but knows she wants another option in their life. This business is for an immigrant, all right, an immigrant person who came to this country with a dream and refuses to stop dreaming just because life became easy. Not only in this country, because this business is worldwide. So I'm really looking for someone, an immigrant person who left their family back home because they want to build a really good lifestyle for their families, right? And it's for a nurse, for different professions. If you're a teacher, if you're a nurse, if you are a corporate professional, if you're a working parent, or a person who says, I may only have an hour a day, but I'm going to use that hour, right? It's for the coachable person also, the consistent person as well, the person willing to get uncomfortable. I'm looking for you. The person willing to grow, and especially the person who understands that building the business also means building yourself. Yeah, right? You don't have to be confident yet. This is important, right? I don't want anyone listening tonight thinking, well, I'm scared, so maybe she's saying this isn't for me. No, you can be scared, right? You can have doubts. That's normal. You can be shy. You can be nervous about posting. You can have absolutely no idea what you're doing at the moment or at the beginning, right? What matters is that you're willing to move despite those feelings. Courage isn't waiting until you're fearless. It's deciding your vision deserves action, right? Even while you're developing your confidence, right? And this is why mentorship really matters. And this is something that I also discussed in one of our mastermind meeting last night, right? That proximity matters. You have to really surround yourself with those people who support you, from day one you started the business. I truly believe in proximity, and this is something that I've learned also from my mentor. And that's why I surround myself with people who already knows what they're doing, with people who are so successful on their niche too, because I know that I can learn something from them, and having that mastermind alliance also, that I can meet up with them once a week and being able to learn something new from them too, even though we are working in a different niche, in a different business. But it's the same process, but it's just different business. It's the same system, but it's different business, so yeah. So who, because again, who you're around with or surrounded with matters. Who you're listening also to matters. Who challenges your thinking is so important, right? Who reminds you of your vision when you're having a difficult day, that's really matters too. You don't need someone to carry you, right? You need people who can help you see what you sometimes cannot see in yourself yet. They can see your blind spot. For me, I know in the beginning, I thought I know what I am doing. But when my mentor get to know me better, and he can actually see my blind spot, that I really thought that I know myself, I know thyself, right? But I don't actually know until someone who has been working with me noticed that, and like, you know what, Arnett, this is my feedback, right? He never say criticism. My mentor never say criticism. He always said, "This is the feedback. I'm gonna share you a feedback. Okay, I'm not criticizing you, but I'm giving you this feedback, right?" Yeah. So because sometimes the word criticism is just like it's a different meaning for everybody. But if it's feedback, and like, wow, it's just such a nice word, nice to hear than the word criticism, criticizing someone else, right? People, because some, if this person have that mentality of being criticized of what they're doing, that's kind of like serve as a negative for them, and then they shrink more, and they don't want to hear that word. But if you say feedback, I have a feedback for you, and it's a better word to use, that, right? That's why guys, I really value mentorship so much. A great mentor doesn't create dependence. A great mentor helps you become stronger, more capable, and eventually able to lead yourself and others, right? And here's my question for you guys tonight. Forget my Forget the business for a second, okay? Think about your dream. What kind of person would you need to become to create the life you really want? Would you rather be more confident, right? Or disciplined, consistent, right? More courageous also, and more intentional, more willing to learn, guys? Because sometimes we're asking so many questions like, what other question is, this opportunity right for me, right? But there's another powerful question actually that you can ask, because sometimes you always ask the wrong question. Well, you just need to find a way, just like when you are playing with AI or ChatGPT really doesn't give you the right answer until you give the right prompt, right? So it's the same thing, because if you're not specific enough to tell AI what to do, it only gives you the very broad, not yet specific one. But that's the reason why you have to be very, very specific about, and ask great questions also, right? Instead of you asking, is this the right opportunity for me? Change the language. Am I willing to become the person capable of creating the result I say I want, right? So that's a really good question. That question really changed a lot for me too when I like changes uh, the language as well, right? So again, so so no, no, this business isn't for everyone, and I'm perfectly okay with that. I'm not trying to convince everybody. I'm not trying to chase everybody. I'm not looking for the most people. I'm looking for the right people. People with dreams, people who are coachable, right? People willing to learn and willing to take responsibility and value mentorship. And also people who understand the results, take action, and people who are ready to create more choices for themselves and their families as well. So if you're listening tonight and thinking, wait a moment, right? She just described me, right? Maybe that's worth paying attention to. You don't need to have everything figured out today, right? You just need to decide whether you're willing to learn, grow, and take the next step, right? And if that's you, then you have to connect with me. Ask questions, right? Let's have a conversation. And the good news is there's no pressure at all. It's just a little conversation because, again, the right business isn't about convincing the wrong person, it's about connecting with the right one. That's why this day 27, right? who who this is not for, that's my topic for tonight, is really about someone who is willing to make himself or herself uncomfortable and willing to learn to be a student again, right? And learn how to run a successful business with a system that can support you and surrounded with amazing people that they already know what they're doing, right? So, day 27, 3 more days to go. And one of the biggest lessons I'm taking from this challenge is this: the clearer you become about who you are, who you stand for, and who you want to serve, the less you need to chase people. The right message starts attracting the right people. So we are not really here to chase someone. We are here to position ourselves online and share the possibility, the value of this business and the system that we use, to create the lifestyle that you truly desire. So if this is you, then you are in the right place, right? Nothing is accident nowadays, because if you are watching, if you are watching uh, this live, or you may be accidentally uh, click that button on someone else ad, right? Because there's so many advertisement that you see online, and if that's the one that really trigger your emotion, then for me personally, that's not an accident. You are being guided, so if you know that this is that I'm speaking to you, then I believe, and I truly believe, that this is the right one for you. So don't miss it, because you have nothing to lose anyway. You just need to check it out, right? If this is something that raise your vibrations or that wakes you up a little bit, like just check it out. And once you test the water and they're like, oh wow, this is for me, then go for it. But once you decide that it's not for you, then you'll be glad because you did the first step. So you will not regret anymore, because there's so many people that I know who started this business under my team, like, oh my god, Arnett, I saw your ad 3 years ago, and I invested in another business and it didn't work for me. And now you showed up again in my news feed, and then I didn't expect that this is the support that I am getting from everybody. I should have started sooner. And that's already late. And I always tell them, well, back then you are not ready. That's why you did not made a decision to start the business. And right now you are ready. That's why you made a decision to start the business. So don't feel sorry for yourself because we have time. I may someone click another's ad and I'm having a tough time at the moment back then, right? That's why I didn't start a business. And there's so many people, right? Many people experience that too. Because like, tell me what happened 3 years ago. Because of course, for me, I really want to know my client as well. Tell me back then why you didn't decide to start a business. Because I was dealing with a divorce. I was scammed before too when I saw your ad, and I am so scared to start the business. There's so many reasons. That's why you are not late. This is the right time for you to start. Whatever happened in the past, let it go. It doesn't gonna help you. But it's good it did happen, because that's wake you up, that wakes you up a little bit, and it's a good experience as well. It's a learning lesson for you to move forward. Never ever regret the past. Past is an experience. For me, I embrace the past, because if my mentality 6 years ago, over 6 years ago, like, oh my god, I don't like my past. But right now, like, I came to understand. And now that my awareness, I strengthen the level of awareness that I have, and I know myself better. Like, oh my goodness, past is actually a good thing for me, because I will not be in my position right now if I did not experience those challenges that I experienced 6 years ago, right? Because 6 years ago is I was in the midst of separation. I was on depression while dealing with the what is that, with maternity. I postpartum depression because I was on maternity leave of absence. And also, my dad was diagnosed with a big C, right? And it all coming together. And that's also during the pandemic, right? So it seems like when it rains, it pours. So totally remember. I remember in 2020, right? And that was like one of the lowest point of my life too, but it's actually one of the best time of my life as well, because not only I found this business, I found my mentor Bob, and then my job, I got promoted as well. So it's just like a triple blessing for me, because even though I am dealing with those challenges in my life, it was actually a breakthrough for me as well. So if you are in the moment of giving up, see it as a breakthrough. It's not a breakdown, because like, if you think of it like, oh my god, like, why people, this is the reason why, if I'm having problem, like, I welcome it. I not like I love problems, no, but if sometimes challenges comes that you will never expect, it's not under your control. But if things happen, just embrace it and find solutions right away. Find solution right away, and not dealing with that problem over and over again. Because if you're thinking about that problem, you're attracting more problem, right? Always find solution. Always ask guidance from God, from the universe, or whatever you believe in, right? And then you will get it, right? So yeah, so I'm a firm believer of when it pours, it rains, because that's a breakthrough for you. Your breakthrough is coming up. And then it's the same thing with our business partners. So many people reach out to me when it comes to their problems. Sometimes I really don't want to deal with their problems, but for me, like, I train my mind not to be attached in someone else's problem. I want to help them out, but I am not letting them in control of my emotions, right? And I'm pretty good of shielding myself that way, so I can advise them also the best I can to advise them as well. So yeah, that's something that I really want to share it with you guys tonight. It's already 8:44 in the evening. And one thing that I really want to share it with you guys, like, oh my gosh, can you believe that I'm gonna share my win too, and it's worth celebrating as well. And this is a part of my nightly routine. I actually write it down in my journal every time I go to bed. But I am so proud also. This is something that I want to empower you, because you are capable of doing big things in your life. And today, like, I keep thinking and thinking, what can I do to help my team, my mentees, to make their life easier, and for me as well, based on the business. And I actually build a CRM, right? An app, right? I built an app for me and for my team to make their lives easier. And I couldn't even believe, like, I've been like asking all the top, like Alex Hormozy or Russell Brunson, their thoughts, right? Not not in, because I've been researching their books, what's works for them, what's not doesn't work for them. I can like put their brain together, right, through research, and I put that into the app to build a really good CRM for my team. And I put it all together, like, oh my god, I couldn't believe really that I was able to do that. And like, even though it took me, that's the reason why my I'm having, my mind is kind of like, or my eyes is so tired, because I've been in, oh my god, very productive, very productive today. And that's really my biggest win for tonight, guys. Really biggest win, because like I would never thought that I can finish an app for one day. But again, this is something that you can do. You can do this. You can do this, guys, as long as you you are lesser focused on what you are doing. And also, uh, and also be always intentional, because if you are intentional of what you're doing, you don't even invite distractions already. The distractions is, you beat the distractions if you are laser focused on what you're doing, and also not letting someone else in control of that as well, right? So again, this is your time to shine. Show the best in you. Whatever idea that comes in your mind, implement it, right? Just like, the idea of having an ebook, and that is what my mentor Bob Proctor always say. Because if you invested yourself in a personal development world, just like me, right? I invested myself to be a student of Bob Proctor. He always like, why don't you write an ebook? Why don't you write an ebook? Why don't you write an ebook? And I would never expect that I can be an author. I never intend that to become an author. The best-selling author too, international best-selling author too. And I was able to create my own website, and being able to put my ebook right there, right? So those are the things that I've done last week and this week. I created my own website for my ebook, and I was able to build a CRM for my digital business as well, right? So instead of you paying someone else to do the CRM, why not build your own CRM as well, right? So yeah, so that's something that I really want to share it with you guys. And I'm so grateful for your, oh my God, hello, Takuri. I was really thinking about you guys from Nepal. I heard the news, what's happening in your country. And I hope you guys are in good hand. I was able to talk one of our business partners to today, Sushma, Limbo as well, because like I just really want to check in how you guys are doing in Nepal, despite of those mudslide that's happening in your country. So I hope you and your family are doing amazing. It's all over. I don't really watch news, but sometimes, I just accidentally see it on my news feed. And why this I saw this in this news feed, because everybody needs prayer. Like, if you guys only watch what happened in Nepal, it really wiped out the entire village. Like, I don't know where this mudslide from the mountain, and it's just like a water, like, just wipe out the village right there. So sending love and light for you guys, for our business partners in Nepal. All right, everybody. So yeah, so uh, just always be intentional. Like, if you are ready to to check on my website for my ebooks. It is there. It is there also. All right, so you are welcome to check it out. So thank you so much, everybody, and I'll see you guys tomorrow on my day. Oh my gosh, it's so exciting! On my day 28, 2 more days, and going to the next project. So that's it. And thank you, thank you, thank you, and have a good night.
This is my moment, watch me shine. I'm unstoppable, feel it in my soul.